So Lovebound, Love Abounds is first and foremost a silly comedy, is the subgenre, I guess I'd call it. So the goal was, in order to get at that right level of silly, or just to get at a silly comedy at all, be to take familiar enough situations, characters, tropes, and then inject them with silly. An example of this would be the car chase in the film, which has certain elements to it that are supposed to be ridiculous looking and over the top for, a sense of silly and goofiness.
We are figuring out how to make it so the car drags the dummy for real on the chair. And it's proving tricky. Garrett and I did one test a couple minutes ago, and the dummy fell right over as soon as the car started to move. Yeah. So now we are making adjustments. Yeah, we just had a pretty successful test of the dummy drag. Using some parachute cable that Garrett happened to have in his car, because meet Garrett.
You never know. The overall goal for the car chase, or any other green screen shot that we used, was not to make it look like green screen, but instead to make it look like an old kind of rear projected sort of chase scene, like the sorts of things that you would see like in an older film, where you just kind of have a stationary car and you have a background that's just kind of blown up onto a big white screen. You film it. Wanted to fake that. So we have him in front of a green screen. So we have him in front of a green screen, we remove it, we shoot a plate, or we shoot basically just kind of a city street moving by separately. But what makes this different is we add a little bit of we kind of ramp up the speed in these plates to kind of make them feel a little faster. Kind of makes it look a little filmic, where you kind of have a film projector that's running just slightly too fast. Also just kind of adds to the comedy of the scene, like you just kind of see this street passing by what feels like 70 or 80 miles an hour on a neighborhood street. After they're sped up, I added a little bit of film grain, and I kind of made them look a little blown out, like a little brighter and a little desaturated. Kind of like the sort of look that you would kind of get when you're watching one of these old films and there's a chase scene and it just looks like it's not really a part of the car, part of the environment, part of the world. It clearly kind of sticks out. After that, I bring this background back into After Effects, and then I render the whole thing out, and the shot is completed.